We are back with more of My Southern Home, and I'm here with Daniel Woods with the Addison Group. And Daniel, thanks for being on the show with us again.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
So you're the perfect person to have on our special Kentucky Derby episode because you're all about helping families plan their outdoor living areas.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. This is what we love to do. And so, it's a great time of year. It's April, and so we're starting to get to a good time where people can be outside. So what better way to start designing spaces? So.
Well, a lot of people have Kentucky Derby parties. In Nashville, the Kentucky Derby is really big, and they love horse racing. The steeplechase is the week after the Kentucky Derby every year. And planning your outdoor living space in advance, knowing that you love to have parties, is very important.
Yes, we agree with that completely. So if you can have someone like a landscape architect that can help you plan those spaces out, it just makes things so much easier. Just like anything else with a house, having an architect for a house, you have a landscape architect for the outdoor spaces. So planning for those spaces, and we try to tell clients, the size of the space is really, you can get a lot of great things into a smaller space. This particular client wanted to try to get everything in. So, we've got a pool, we've got a putting green, we've got a fire pit. And so, the space itself is only about 60, maybe 40 feet deep by 100 feet long. And so, we were able to get a lot into a small space.
Well, I love that you took me to this home in particular because a lot of people think that you have to have this massive outdoor footprint to have all the things, and you really don't.
As cities start to grow like Nashville, you have less space to work with, right? So, and clients still want to be able to have as much as they can in the outdoor living, but you just learn how to be more efficient with those things. So you can still get a lot of great things in a smaller space. You just have to be very, very thoughtful, which again goes back to your original point about having a plan. So if you have a plan in place, it gives you a chance to kind of plan those things out, make room for the spaces, and prioritize. So, some things sometimes have to give in a smaller space, but man, you can do a lot of fun stuff in a small space.
Well, I always say on the show, Daniel, that who you use is important, and this is a perfect example of that because if this homeowner didn't have someone like yourself to help them, they would have never thought that they could have all of these amazing amenities in their outdoor living space.
Right, exactly. So, that's where we come in to be able to kind of provide some guidance on what they can do. And a lot of people just kind of get gridlocked in the brain. I do the same thing on interiors. I can't visualize as well as other people, but exteriors is what we do. So having a professional that can guide somebody through the process is key, and being able to understand certain things like scale, but also cost, to go, I want to do these things, but how much does that cost? So a company like ours or others that are similar can help guide through that process to say, this costs X. You can still get that at this price point, or this is a little bit out of your budget, but have you thought about an alternative? So it starts with a professional.
Well, thank you so much, Daniel. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I'm glad to be back.
We'll be back with more of My Southern Home Kentucky Derby edition in just a moment.